On this video, I'm going to share with you how CBD is currently regulated and the impact that it has on your business. So, if you're watching this video, CBD is currently not regulated as a dietary supplement. It is not regulated and allowed to be put in foods, and it is not regulated and allowed to be put in beverages. That does not mean it's not sold as a dietary supplement, or it's not sold in beverages, or it's not sold in foods. It is. The FDA very clearly knows that companies like Joy Organics exist, that companies like Charlotte's Web exist. They're aware of the bottled water companies that are selling CBD in their bottled water, and they're aware of the food companies that are selling CBD in their food products. They're currently, at this time, only cracking down on companies who are making medical or health claims. People who might say that it can help with anxiety or depression or PTSD or some other health ailment. So that is where the FDA is getting involved, or the FTC, in issuing what they call warning letters. Obviously, as a business owner, you do not want to get a warning letter from the FDA or the FTC. So what is going to be happening? Right now, there is a bill before the House that has to be voted on by the House to regulate CBD as a dietary supplement. The belief is that it's likely going to pass the House because there's strong bipartisan support. It then goes to the Senate, where it then will be voted on again with large bipartisan support, and then it will be signed into law by, hopefully, if it happens soon, President Biden. And so at that time, CBD will then be regulated as a dietary supplement. The FDA will then likely step in and talk about what are the requirements. There may be strength requirements. There may be other requirements. They might even implement certain labeling requirements, such as the state of New York right now is going to be passing a law that any product sold in the state of New York has to say, if it is a full spectrum product containing THC, it has to say this product contains THC and you may fail a drug test. So the FDA may implement some of those types of labeling laws, but they're going to follow the dietary supplement labeling guidelines. And so here at Joy Organics, we label all of our ingestible products as dietary supplements. And the same is true with all the top 20 CBD brands. You can go look at all of them. They all label their products as dietary supplements because that is what they are. They're dietary supplements. They're not food products. They're not some homemade name that is being applied to that product to try to work around the FDA saying that dietary supplements are not regulated. So you can't try to pretend there's something else and to think that that's a safe route. No, the smartest thing that you could do is the same thing that all the top CBD companies are doing who are selling ingestibles, and that is they're labeling them as dietary supplements. And when this bill gets passed and signed into law, then that is how they're going to be regulated, as dietary supplements. Same as a vitamin C and omega-3, anything that you're ingesting to improve your overall health and wellness will be considered a dietary supplement. So a couple things to highlight. Number one, the impact that it has on you. It will impact your merchant processing. You just can't go and get merchant processing with PayPal or Stripe or some of the other more recognized merchant processors. You're going to need to get your CBD merchant processing with a bank that does CBD merchant processing. Here at Joy Organics, we can refer you to the banks that do that. You're also going to need to get a special bank account at a bank that does cannabis banking. You're not going to just be able to go to your bank at US Bank or Chase or whatever bank that you currently bank through and get banking for your CBD business. Now, when we refer people to people who do the merchant processing for them, a lot of those same merchant processors obviously are doing their processing through a bank, and those banks offer cannabis banking. So, and we also have people that we can refer you to that whether you live in Florida or California or any other state that can provide for you banking for your CBD business. Now, you could also not tell your bank what you do and hope that you don't get caught, which is an option and something that a lot of people do. But if you do get caught, then they're going to give you notice that your account is going to be shut down in 48 or 72 hours, and then you're going to be scrambling trying to figure out what to do. And if you're currently processing charges through your website, as an example, and your bank account gets shut down, then where are those deposits going to go? So my advice is to get your banking set up with a bank that knows that you're in the CBD business and that does CBD banking. The other thing is important to understand that you can't advertise on Google at this present time. You can't advertise on Facebook. And when I say you can't advertise on Facebook, there's a few firms that Facebook is working with that allow CBD advertising on a very limited scale. But if you set up your Facebook page and then you try to get an ad approved, number one, your ad is going to be declined. And furthermore, not only might your ad be declined, but your entire account shut down. So you don't want to try to do any Facebook advertising at this time. Again, and when you start, you're going to want to make sure you start with an ad agency that has the in with Facebook, understands the rules for doing CBD Facebook advertising, and make sure that you're following those rules. But again, just for you as a layman business owner to set up your Facebook account and then to start doing advertising, there's a 100% chance your ad will be declined and a 90% chance that they'll shut down your account. And then, there's no opening that account. You're going to have to go get a new account, and then you're going to have all the challenges that come with that. So important to know that. It's also important to know that all the social sites don't allow CBD advertising. I have heard recently that Snapchat allows CBD advertising, but that is the only one that I've heard of. So there's the benefits of the current regulations in that because CBD is currently unregulated, you're not going to find it in Target. You're not going to find it in Walmart. You're not going to find the major vitamins brands such as a Sundown Vitamins or a Nature Bounty selling CBD, because none of these companies can sell CBD. So right now, that is the advantage. The downside is you can't do Google advertising, Facebook advertising, and a lot of other advertising that you want to do. So you have to be wise and smart in the way that you build your business in the current environment. Now, we are board members with the U.S. Hemp Roundtable, the largest lobbying group in the United States, and it's our belief that the regulations will pass sometime within the first or second quarter of this year, likely the second quarter, that will regulate CBD as a dietary supplement. So we feel that we're close. The light is at the end of the tunnel, and obviously at that point, then it's going to open up Amazon, it's going to open up Facebook, it's going to open up Google, it's going to open up all the different platforms that currently today do not allow CBD advertising. So anyhow, that's kind of the update on CBD regulations and their impact on you and your business.